All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, treasurer's report. There's not a whole lot to look at there other than Randy First Federal's donation was shown here now. I don't know if it was last month.
Can't recall.
Any questions or comments on the?
Will be approved as presented.
Any support? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
I'm already shirking my duties because I don't know what's going on. All right, Ralph made a motion, okay, and who seconded that?
I did.
Thanks.
For the agenda. Jeff made a motion
Jeff?
on the financial report.
And second that.
Rick. I'll give everybody a second here to look at the minutes.
Matt, would you move over a little bit? They're gonna miss my good side.
Yeah, we want to get John's good side. No, you're fine. You're fine.
Wouldn't want that to happen.
I didn't know I had a good side, so I thought I'd say.
I'll move to accept the treasurer's or the secretary's report as printed.
Support.
All in favor? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, committee reports, fund solicitation. I guess that would fall right to me. I attached a copy of my letter to the Board of Commissioners support letter. Did everybody get a chance to see that?
No.
I had forwarded this letter on to Bonnie and Larry. We got their response back on it.
Yeah, Jay Tuckerman. Here, I will, since I will, just do one.
If that's okay with everybody, what I suggest is we all take copies of this, or make copies of this, these two letters here. And another suggestion I have is get everybody on the committee contact a list like this with their contact information, also attach that. So if we drop it off to whoever, if we don't get a chance, then they have contact information right there to call or email us. And they can see who in the county is actually comprises the committee.
That way if they don't like one, maybe they'll call somebody
Yeah,
else.
that's right. Or if they can't get a hold of somebody, there's so many different options there. So Linda said, I'm going to pass this around. Everybody take a look at that, make sure it's the right contact information. Did they sign it? Have our guests sign it, that way you've got that on there.
Yes. Yeah, would you like to sign this, please?
Certainly.
I don't remember names very well.
That's all right.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Just send it back up the line.
Jeff, did you see what Charlie Nagy got? You going the other day?
You walk around or after that?
He's still in the hospital. They're not going to let him out.
Oh, they put him in the hospital?
Yeah.
Somebody come through and said he was walk around. Bonnie?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Notice that,
I put your name and phone number on there. Yeah, she got it.
just like counting just like to count money.
I've seen it count hundreds like that.
It's been a while since.
Jim, do you have extra copies of that letter there?
New letter.
If you don't, it's not a big deal, but
Grady made a retired school teacher in Chicago school system.
Ah,
All the $500.
that's all right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
1945 to date.
Right.
I can't remember.
Maybe, Randy, who pictures on the $500 bill?
Hang on, I can't recall.
McKinley.
Is it
McKinley?
I think it's McKinley.
Kinley?
Slower.
Hi, how are you? Yeah, here it is.
Home business. You caught there yet?
No, we're just let's pass this around. We'll talk about.
Come and talk to Ken about it. It wasn't in the minutes.
I'll have an update on the committee report on that.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so I'll have Linda email this list out to everybody. We can just print that off.
Send it with what?
Send it with it. Well, we've got these letters. I don't know, do you want her to scan these and send these out to her, or do you want to just make copies of these if you need them? We've got the commissioner support letter and our letter here.
Yeah, yeah.
We can make copies of this, and she can send this out as an attachment.
We should put it on the internet so we can just
Right,
print off.
print it off
if
as
we
needed.
need one. Okay,
Yeah.
that's all.
Is that good?
Basically, Jim, aren't we going to just take the letters and go with business? Or are we
I think
sending
it's
it?
best off that way. I
Or are we
mean,
sending it?
how, we all know about when you send stuff. I guess when I get something in the mail, a solicitation letter, I think we all know what we do with it, as opposed to somebody making personal.
We gotta make sure there isn't any redundancy in contacting the same people. Or
Well-
you're gonna have an individual list.
We don't have the list, we have the list, does everybody have a list from the last time? I didn't bring that, I dropped the ball on that one.
Well, let's see, I gave you mine. I can copy it and all. I guess I could send it to everybody, once I get their email.
Why don't you, could you do that then?
As long
And
as
then,
I make
and
notes
then
while I do it.
let's communicate who's gonna go to where via email.
Okay. You can add to it, too.
Right.
Also on that list, Archibald Equipment has purchased Dan's Farm Supply.
Yeah.
So you're aware of that.
Yeah, you see, we have Baders, we didn't have Baders before, we did,
No.
so.
John, do you want to make any comments about the support letter? I mean, how did the commissioners all feel?
Well, I guess that was the one thing I know I talked with Ralph about it, and I talked with Chris about it. And I guess Marty was here, was not here, but when we talked about it, he was at the LSID building, and we talked about it in our last meeting, but it was really after the fact, after that letter was submitted. Did we talk about it in the last?
We talked about it last Ways and Means, and we talked about it at the commission meeting, and it was kind of my understanding that you would like to have had something like that, so that they understood that part of the Ag Committee duties is to solicit funds and that's the support in which we're giving you. We're saying that yes, that, you know, we're supposed to, we agree to match that money, and sometimes do more than that, but that's one reason why you're soliciting funds, is a match for the community to be involved, for the commission would match them funds. So we discussed that, and I made a motion, I don't know who seconded, Chris, that we have a letter sent to you, so that somebody that wonders what's going on, you know, would be, yeah. Yeah. It wasn't so much the support of the ag committee as it is support to have people try to get some private donations to match funds, so that.
Well, and it certainly appears with the LADC's, John, maybe you're the one to touch, I don't know who wants to touch on that a little bit, on the, kind of where they're at right now, as far as
Yeah, well,
money's available for
yes,
development.
with the changes in the economy, they're having problems of their own with their funds. And so, you know, I think operating, you know, we agreed to try it for a year, and I think by starting soliciting funds again, I would say that that's a move by the Ag Committee to move to, you know, being independent as we always were. And so, you know, I don't know if you guys need to make a motion along those lines, or whether, you know, we're just discussing it now, but, you know, I think we all recognize how important job creation, job growth, or job retention is. And I've been happy with the LADC as far as what they've done, as far as not elephant hunting, you know, where they go out and try to attract somebody in that stays as long as the gravy's there, and then leave after the gravy's gone. So I think, you know, the job retention and job growth among present businesses is the way to go. And obviously, you know, their understanding of agriculture isn't what any of us wish it was. So.
John, you're not thinking about changing, are the seats there will still remain, is that right? It's just the funding portion?
I don't know, that's what we're discussing. I don't know, I can't tell. I mean.
Well, I think it's important that we have those seats there.
Why you wanna?
Can that happen or not?
Common sense tells me no. If I'm on LADC and you quit me, I'll take your seats away from you. I'll take your chairs and the carpet underneath if I get a chance.
But they're not,
Just
they're
common
not,
sense.
I mean, the funding's different than, or not.
Well, now that's a gray area. To me, it's a gray area. I think that's what John.
That's what I'm trying to find out from those guys that sit on the board. I mean, you guys really have had very little interaction, have done very little to promote this committee other than going to more meetings. I mean, is that right or
It's been a
wrong?
formal meeting, and they've had their set agenda.
Yeah, Randy, you had a meeting right after
I
our
went
last
to
month's
their
meeting.
annual meeting.
That was
Yeah.
that was the same day, right?
Right.
Left.
Right. So I've done the 3 out of 4 meetings, I think.
You know, the seat thing does look important. But if you're sitting with a bunch of people that ain't doing you any good, then maybe the seat ain't worth what you think it is. I don't see where they have done you 10 cents for the good last year. I guess everybody else wants to be bashful about this. Show me where they've done anything for you.
Well, on the other hand, we really haven't went to them for anything either. Because we haven't had any projects where we haven't had a plan. We don't have any ideas on another project here, so we can't necessarily, I don't think it's fair to be critical in that regard.
And LEDs has helped support some ag meetings and stuff, right? Larry went to one, I think.
Right. They have. They've had.
But they didn't get us involved, really. I mean, but they have worked with
Estate planning and such.
Farm Bureau. They worked with you at all, Matt?
Not, I mean, we were participants with some of the stuff that were put together.
I'm thinking maybe it's a start, but.
Yep.
Jim said right off the bat that there was no monies.
But, okay, is it a two-way street? If you get
No,
money, you're gonna
no.
keep it? Are you gonna keep your money?
Yeah.
As this committee,
Yeah.
we're going up. I'm figuring on this
We
is
ain't
staying
raising
in our
money for
budget.
them.
Well, you know, in last year, the last 2 years, I've always thought that it was a kind of a, well, we sure like to bring you guys in, watch y'all come on in, and we'll just kind of throw them up together, and we'll just do this thing. The other thing, well, you guys have not had a project or anything that took any money. But given the fact that if you'd have got money, I'm not sure what they wouldn't like to have considered that their money. Now, John?
I guess I wasn't. looking
See,
at it.
John, I know where John's coming.
Yeah, I know.
John's sitting in the wrong seat to say anything. And I understand exactly what you're talking about. I'm not sitting in that seat. But I don't have any problem either way. But if I had joined an organization and got more than you have, I'd be disappointed. You know, anytime they talk, they'll get right up and tell you agriculture's the greatest thing there ever was, and so the reason is this, that this county's even able to exist is because agriculture is the greatest thing in the world, and on and on and on, how much they produce and how many dollars they create within the county. All that's true.